Welcome live to my show on this Thursday night. It's actually Thursday here on this 12th of May 2022. Because, Michael, I have to tell you something because usually when I do these shows live, for some reason, at the end of every show, I keep saying Thursday, when sometimes it's a Wednesday or a Monday. I don't know
That's
why.
right.
I'm obsessed with the day Thursday, for instance. So. But it
Good day.
definitely is
It's a good
Thursday
day.
today.
Yes, it's a very good day.
It is, and of course you can probably tell we're joined by today. Of course, YouTube. The title of the YouTube video is my guest today, joining us all the way from California, the busiest guy I know in Hollywood. Please welcome back to the show, Michael. How are you doing today?
How you doing? I'm doing okay. It's just been really crazy busy. Just casting one of my films getting released. I got another
Yes.
film in post. I guess we'll get all into it, but it's good to be back. It's just been super crazy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's good to have you back on, and I'm also hoping as well after the show goes off the air. Hopefully, you will retweet this and like it and share it to your
Sure.
platforms to
Yeah,
tell all your fans to check out this great interview as well
of course.
because it helps you out
Absolutely.
to get your big announcements out. Talk more about your I just have to say congratulations on your latest film Shadows,
Thank you.
which is
Thank
out
you.
right now. You can see on your screen the the picture of it because we showed back a few months ago when you were last on the show.
Right.
You got a great lineup in this film, and it is an
Yeah.
action type film, which I like because I
Yeah.
like action more than like romance storylines or whatnot.
Right.
Because it gets a bit boring, because there's some action in it, but then
Of
you
course.
have some backstory, which gets a bit boring, in my opinion.
Right.
That's not my cup of tea, but everyone has their own taste and whatnot. But
Absolutely.
remind us again about this movie and how this all came together, and why did you
Yeah.
choose certain people to be in this movie?
Well, you heard it. You heard it on here first, even though I probably had mentioned it before. But first off, I think that this is the best film I've ever done in my 15 plus career. This is the best one. If anybody needs to see just one of my films as a template to show what I can do, let Shadows be it. We actually shot it in late 2019. I had to deal with a pretty terrible distributor who was not getting it out there. And then I got with a better distributor that released it within 6 months of signing with them. And it's the best cast that I've had. We have Erica Tabari, we have David LaBrava from Sons of Anarchy, Krista Allen, who's done a ton of stuff, Rahart Adams, Francis Capra, who was in A Bronx Tale, and Veronica Mars, and all of that, and a ton more. Jasmine Lewis, Vernon Wells, of course, from Commando and Road Warrior. So everything kind of came together. It was my biggest budget film, but just everything from even the music. Grant Kirkhope, fellow UK man, from
Yeah.
Scotland originally, is amazing. So we just it felt right. It all lined in, and even with the critics' reviews that have come out already, they're also saying this is the best film that I've done, and I'm so happy to hear that. And that's the most important thing. you know
Absolutely, and how is the feedback? Have you received much feedback as of yet regarding
yeah,
the
yeah, I
film?
mean,
Is it
it's
good?
yeah, it is very good, thankfully, and hopefully it'll continue that way. People really are saying that, coming to me and saying, like, you just got some amazing performances out of this film, and we loved it, and it felt like your most complete film. So I've really gotten some amazing feedback, and just that step up, that level up, so it's exciting.
It is exciting, and what are some of the comments you're getting? Is there one particular comment you keep getting, or is it quite a variety of different comments
They
you're getting?
the acting in particular, they're really impressed with, and they're just saying, like, yeah, just the story, but the acting and the characters, and some of the action as well, and just again how it was shot, how it was lit. A lot of the film actually takes place at night, but it has this kind of this is the best compliment that I can give, is this kind of hybrid of Mean Streets, Scorsese, and also some Michael Mann type films, Collateral and Heat, and things like that. And I take that as a huge compliment. These are people that I look up to a lot. A little bit of James Cameron feel in terms of some storyline of the Protector angle.
Wow.
And that's, I mean, if I could even be compared to these legends even a little bit, that's humbling for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you recently as well, you shared a screenshot. I think it was you on, you might have been on all your platforms, but I never seen on one particular platform. I saw that you were very shocked, I have to say, that you actually got followed back on Twitter by the creator or the writer of Sons of Anarchy, which is very cool indeed. And I guess that's because, of course, you mentioned about one of the actors in this Shadows movie,
David LaBrava,
from Sons of Anarchy. So possibly he may have spoke to the creator and said, check this guy out. He's pretty good.
It's humbling, and just even one other person on Twitter, and we've actually corresponded via messages. You might not recognize him by name. Oh, not Kurt Sutter. That would be awesome. He just followed me. But another director. His name is Edward Zwick, and he did The Last Samurai. He did Glory. He did Courage Under Fire. He did a whole bunch of stuff. So he's obviously, again, he's worked with Tom Cruise, Denzel Washington, you name it. But that's like humbling, even just, being under the kind of radar, on the radar of a couple of these legends that have worked massive films is amazing,
Yeah, no, I get that.
It's
absolutely
really good.
And some big A-listers as well. So very cool. So hopefully maybe you guys might collab then in the future, maybe.
That would be awesome. That would be very cool. And you had seen, I guess this is an okay time to talk about, or unless I don't want to be jumping the gun talking about the next film I'm doing, the film that I'm casting on.
Well,
I don't want to get too excited.
No, because I know you want to drop some news here on this show, because this particular person you told me off the air that I would know, hopefully. So before you break that news,
think you would, yeah.
Before we break that news, I would wonder who it is, because it's official on his Twitter account as well. But I want to talk to you about your next film, because when you're last on this show, you had some interesting, you gave us some teasers, and then you left us, and then on your social media, you've been blowing up every few weeks with all these unique and special people, and it's a very excited. And as you know, I have tweeted you back, or I've left comments on your social media saying how excited, how pumped I am. But let's begin. I hope this will work. Yes. So let's begin. You firstly had a Zoom call with a legend from wrestling, a WWE Hall of Famer, Lita, aka Amy Dunbus. How did that all happen? And this is a great get for you, I guess, as well.
Well, Amy's amazing. That we're still working out some things, and again, if it doesn't specifically work with her on this film, we're definitely going to be working together well, and we're definitely we correspond. I actually talked to her earlier today, and she's a sweetheart, and she's super awesome, super humbling, just even talking to her. And keep in mind, I grew up watching wrestling in the late 90s, early 2000s, when she was the best era, the Attitude Era. That's when I basically watched from 98 to about 02. Like consistently, religiously. I still will watch, all that, but I literally watched like crazy then. And she was massive. She still is massive, but she was just, consistently in it. And we just, a few years ago, we just followed each other, and she liked my work, and we corresponded. And then, of course, we had that Zoom meeting, and it was pretty damn amazing. And then you'd seen, and this is confirmed because I announced it, Jessica McKay, who was part of the Iconics back in WWE, that Australian.
Yeah, there it is on your screen right now.
So she's definitely in the film. She's awesome. I'm really excited to work with her. And it's funny because when I announced her, it actually blew up a bit. Like it got on a bunch of the wrestling trades, them announcing her. And now, because I just announced it on Twitter, you probably didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
But I'll say it here. You didn't see it yet. No,
I've not seen it yet, but you can. You can surprise me.
I can tell you on here. This is the first live video that I'm announcing it, so you get that.
Yeah, it's very cool.
this he you know AEW, right?
Yes, I do
That
know AEW.
organization.
Yeah, yeah, I do watch AEW as
Okay,
well.
you know.
You're still
Oh,
there?
hold on. Do you see me?
No, I don't see you. I just
One
see your
second.
screen.
Okay,
You're
hold
getting
on. I
intro to
had
my
to.
phone call. People want to
Okay,
speak
I
to you.
had now you can see
Yeah, I
me.
can see you.
Sorry, someone was calling. Anyways, um, he's an AEW full roster wrestler on there. His name is Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh
He's the son of
wow.
Brian
Yes.
Pillman, the legend. You know, back in the day with the Heart
Yeah.
Foundation. So he and I are corresponding. We just confirmed he's up on the IMDb. I announced it. And this is actually his first official acting role,
Yes, it is.
and
Yeah, I've been following his
it's
career for a while, and I
you
must
know
say
it.
to
He's
you,
super promising. You
that's a
know,
great get for you, by the way.
it is. Thank you.
Congratulations on that big get. And I'm sure he's going to do a fantastic job in whatever role he's going to be in. Hopefully,
Right.
it's a big role which he's going to be featured in. But I must say to you that I've actually interacted with Brian Pillman Jr. on Twitter. We've
Okay.
had a bit of a Twitter back and forward over a few years ago.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, but the only thing is, I will say this to you, Michael. He's a bit of a, I would say a bit of a chicken. He wasn't man enough to come on this show a few years ago. I have to say, I don't know why. I don't think he wanted my tough questions here.
I'm sure that he's definitely man enough to do it. Maybe I'll push him a little bit, or
Yeah, you
we'll
should.
definitely
Yeah,
see.
you should tell him.
You
You should
know,
tell
but
him
he's a
that.
good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy on social media, and I watched this story on. I don't know if you watched this show or not, but Dark Side of the Ring.
Of course,
he was
of
on there.
course.
I think it was either last year or the year before, talking about Brian Pillman, about how
Brian Pillman. Yep.
yeah, and then
Yep.
his life and his upbringing
No,
and that business.
he's a really cool dude, and I'm sure he had his reasons for not being able to one way or the other, but no, so it's really exciting.
It is.
We talked about the character. He killed it. He has the right look. He has the right confidence for it, and it's going to be exciting. And Brian and I have corresponded over probably the last year, I would say.
Nice.
And just really cool stuff, like the whole bit. Again, he's a good guy, like everything that I can tell, and I'm just happy that he's on board. Like
Yeah.
it's another. See, again, I mean, my casting might be a little unorthodox, but I choose people that I really do feel like are right for the role and can act in that. Now, whether they're from originally different types of kind of professional businesses, wrestling, music, what have you, but it's worked so far, and it's exciting.
It is exciting, and I can't wait to find out more information about this great movie.
Absolutely.
Once it's once you got the official name for it, and when you've got the release date, I would love to have you back on the show to go in more detail about this. But there's somebody else you didn't mention in that conversation who I'm really happy. I'm hoping this person's still announced, because it seemed when you announced this on your social media, it seemed quite official, and even the person who you tweeted or tagged in did respond back, and he seemed quite excited. And I have to say, with no disrespect and I'm going to say this because it was the way it was given to him over the years in WWE, he is the biggest ass in the pro wrestling industry. You know who I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about.
You know
yes.
who I'm talking about. I'm going to quickly show it on the screen. Rikishi.
Yeah.
How did that all come about? And that's a good get as well. I bet he's a lot of fun to work with.
Rikishi is awesome. So we met up in person, and he's like one of the coolest guys. He's so complimentary. Like he is, and he's a legend. Like, you got to understand, even before he was Rikishi, he's been in the business since basically the late 80s. Actually, He was the Sultan. He faced The Rock in WrestleMania in '97. Actually, as the Sultan. He's was also a bunch of others. So it's very kind of exciting to be, and I will be working with him. We're deciding which final character he's going to be playing, actually.
Oh, that's
so So that's pretty exciting. But I am like, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm like 99% sure he's going to be involved in this. We
Cool.
just corresponded as well. I'm going to talk to him next week about it as well. He's crazy busy. You think I'm busy? This guy's even more busy.
Yeah,
Going to
'cause, yes.
conventions, traveling. This guy is more busy than I am.
And he had
If
his
you
own,
can believe that.
he had his own wrestling company as well.
Correct.
So
And he's the father of the Usos.
yes, he is
As
a
you
part
know
of
too.
part of the bloodline at the moment.
The part of the blood, yeah, Anawai family,
Yeah.
that whole, or the Fatu family, all that. He's like cousins with The Rock and
Mhm.
and Roman Reigns, and
Yeah.
they're all related. Yokozuna, the whole thing.
Yeah. I wonder how long it will be before you can get to team up with either the Usos or Roman Reigns or even
I mean,
the
that would be
great
amazing.
Dwayne Johnson, for instance.
I
That'd be
know. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
that would
Hey,
would
Stone
be
Cold would
something.
be it'd be a great character in any of your movies, I think.
Oh, I
He
know,
does
I know.
that persona.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm super excited about all of these as well.
Oh,
It's
yeah, no,
just
I know you are.
it's a
Absolutely.
building block.
It is, but I
It's a
mean,
building block.
but I hope as well that even if you do use Rikishi and Amy
Yeah.
and one of the Iconics as well in this movie, I hope you get to use them again in other movies of yours in the future
Oh,
as well.
totally. Yeah. No, I definitely will. I mean, you see that I have this habit of working with a lot of the same people again. I have this
Yeah.
consistency, and I have no doubt that I'd work with them multiple times. Definitely.
But no, these are huge gets, and I can't wait
Thank
to
you.
see what happens and who actually get in the final cut. Of course, Brian Pillman Jr. We had
Yeah.
some interesting debates on this show a few years ago where I wanted this other wrestler. I don't know if you know this guy or not, called Ace Austin. He's currently in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
He said on this very show a few years ago that he wanted to slap the taste out of Brian Pillman Jr.'s mouth. So I hope somebody does do that in the film. But I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I hope so. But
Don't
yes.
make me lose this guy right now by saying all of this stuff. I don't like.
Nah.
Brian's been awesome to me. I don't have any bad things to say about him.
I,
Seriously.
we're just having jokes. We haven't
No. I know that. I'm joking. He's been cool to me though. I mean,
absolutely.
But yeah, no, it is exciting, and obviously a lot about the wrestling world too, and like, the thing is, like, wrestling is a performance piece.
Yeah.
You use your bodies a lot more, but you're also cutting promos. You're doing things like that, so it can be an interesting shift. But when Brian and I talked about the character, he understood it, and he did well. He did well when we talked about it. So, and when I saw what he would do with the character, so it's and he has the right look for the character. Trust me.
I believe you,
He
and
does.
if you should check out Michael's other movies to judge
Thank you.
he has a
Thank
great
you.
mind for characters, a great instinct. And Barry, we should mention as well, where can people actually check out Shadows if they're not sure where they can check it out? I should mention that.
So
Before we end this.
Shadows actually just dropped on Amazon. So
Okay.
that's the biggest platform it's
That's
on.
good.
You can get it on Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube for Pay, Vudu. Let me try to think. Those are some of the major ones
Yeah.
that I would say. But Amazon, check it out. My best film by far, and you won't be disappointed with it. You will be entertained.
And I'm sure in about maybe 3 or 6 months from now, he'll be saying this next film is even better than this film because
We will see.
With all great
I did
people
a tall
involved.
order. Yeah, right.
Well, who
I
knows?
raised the bar pretty high on Shadows.
Yeah, no, I believe you about that, and I can't wait to check it out. Of course, it'll probably be over here as well in the UK on Amazon Prime here in the
I'm
UK.
hoping to. Yes. Yes.
I'll have to
That
Google
would be great.
because I know another film that's came out recently. Well, I won't say recently. It came out about 2 years ago. Just now made it onto Amazon Prime in the UK. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a while sometimes.
Yeah, it does. But at least at the end of the day, I can now actually watch the film. Who I actually had the pleasure of having on the show, one of the main stars of the show, which is quite good. But yeah, I wish you the best.
That is awesome.
And I hope.
Thank you.
And I hope everything gets set in stone, and hopefully
Thank
you
you.
get to maybe even expand your budget for the next movie anyway. But because
I'd hope.
I hope you get to use maybe even MJF. I don't know. I've heard a lot of interesting stories about MJF. He's a good talker, but
Right.
apparently he's not the best to be dealing with. Apparently
Got it.
backstage, I don't know if that's just they're just saying that because he does want to keep his heel character both on and off
Right.
screen. But I don't know. He's never been on this show. But from other appearances, he seems to be like not a very nice guy
Some
to deal
people
with.
go method. Some people are that character. But no, I really appreciate it, Edward. Like, this is always great. You know that I always want to come on and talk about stuff. So I'll just keep you posted all around with things.
Yes, please do. Good. And as well, we did have on Chris Levine, who came on the show
right.
after you came on the show. He was a lot of fun. So thank you for
Chris is
that
a good guy.
recommendation for him. I hope you use him again in a future film of yours.
Yeah.
I know you two are quite close because I see you guys meet up all the time on
Right. Of course.
So it's quite good to see that. But because the other person we spoke about, we've tried those methods, but we've not heard nothing back as of yet for the person we were speaking about off camera. But it's a bit of a shame. But maybe.
Well, we'll definitely talk. We'll reach out, and I'll see what I can do to try to push the needle as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Because again, this is a small channel. But again, for us to get. What's the word? As you say, you like to push the bar, upwards, don't you? And you want to get
right.
And I would like that.
You got to keep going.
You got to keep going, and it's it's a bit tiring after a while. Like when people,
I know.
When people don't respond back and whatnot. But no, you are a friend of the show, by the way, Michael. So we do appreciate you, Michael.
Thank you.
But I mean, you need to come to the UK though to do what you.
I'd love to. I'd love to. The last time I was in the UK was 2008.
Wow,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, a long time indeed. Over
a
decade.
Time. Yeah, but we'll definitely talk and just keep me posted with everything too. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do most definitely. And thank you again for taking some time out of your busy day to speak to little old me here in Manchester, UK. And again, we wish you the best with your movie Shadow. It's currently out now on Amazon Prime, YouTube, and other places. So wherever you can watch the movie, check it out. It's gonna be a great movie. Some great people in it. You won't want to miss it for the money you pay to see it, because it's supporting
It'll be worth
indie. It's supporting indie filmmakers, by the way. So it's not a top production company. It's a small production company.
And it's good to have all you guys support.
Yeah, exactly. It helps to help you grow, help the actors in them grow even more, and all the other people who don't get credited for doing all the hard work, in putting all the scenes together. It gives them some some opportunities as well to get themselves out there to wider audiences as well.
Definitely. So we'll be in touch, Edward. Thank you again. All right. It's always a pleasure being on. All right.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day, Michael.
Thank you. You too.
I'll
see you.
See ya. Bye-bye. There you go. That was Michael here on the Edward Fowler Show here this evening, talking about his latest movie, Shadows, and his upcoming project with some interesting characters, wrestling personalities, wrestling royalty here. So that's quite good to see. You're going to see, hopefully, Rikishi, Brian Pillman Jr., the blockbuster announcement just released today, by the way, on his official Twitter account, which he just released for us a few moments ago. Of course, we mentioned Brian Pillman a few times in the past, when we had a different opinion about Brian Pillman. We've also had some back and forth on Twitter as well. I've not actually treated Brian Pillman for a long time. I should really treat him to say congratulations to you. Perhaps you might have to come on my show now. Stuff like that. But no, it's been great, and I hope Brian has a great time being a part of this upcoming movie, and I can't wait to find out more information about it and have Michael back on, and maybe we could bring on some of the actual people involved with the movie, some of the actors, maybe, you never know. But fingers crossed for that. We look forward to seeing more information when that comes out, possibly later this year, maybe even next year. So we'll have to keep our fingers and toes crossed, won't we? You're watching the Edward Fowler Show here on YouTube.com. You can find me on my social medias on Facebook.com/Edward Fowler Show, Twitter facebook.com/_Edward Fowler_, and of course on Instagram it's just Edward Fowler Show. We're also on the TikTok as well, Edward Fowler Show, and he does one video on there in the moment. There'll be more coming soon. We're also on the Snapchat as well, which you can add me on Snapchat, is on my channel bio as well. We're also on twitch.tv/Edward Fowler Show as well, where I will be streaming some games on there as well. There's like 1 or 2 videos on there at the moment. There'll be more coming as well. But that was the director, the producer and writer Matteo Rossi on the Fowler Show, breaking some big news there about his upcoming film, and of course the release of his latest film, Shadow. So check it out today. Until the next episode drops of my show, whenever that might be, enjoy the rest of your Thursday night, and I'll see you again hopefully very shortly.